Hurry up, the show's about to start.
Quick, desk.
Where's, I can't actually pronounce his name. The love doctor guy, the weird one.
Has anyone seen the second soul of the triptych?
Somebody tell the cosmic barista her shift's about to start.
The gnome Avenger has broken through another wall.
And I know we're scared of her, but we have to get the crone. Rolling in 3, 2...
You summoned me.
We're getting going. Welcome to Paperback Radio.
In all dimensions we shout, hurrah!
Please, whether you have 5 arms or 12, enjoy today's episode.
I have a mocha Milky Way with a side of the equator here. Somebody ordered this.
Hello and welcome again to Paperback Radio. Today we have the end of the stupendous, the magnanimous, the epic Heist by Lane McLeod Jackson. Find out, will Wind-Up survive all his nefarious action, or will justice make an appearance? Hoorah! How's the temperature? Warm enough? The road to hell is paved, and corn grows on either side of it. It's almost exactly like I imagined. It begins to occur to me that maybe I have left reality behind and am instead trapped in several Stephen King stories. The shadow that dances behind the golden stalks, me sitting a passenger within this demonic classic car, and of course, we have a clown. That's me. Less fearsome than the creature of Derry, but equally ridiculous. That's right. A tired, worn-out children's relic belonging to a previous era, only useful for nostalgia or horror. A thing with no place, out of time, without a doubt, completely out of time. Thank you for asking, Legion. I'm a little warm. May we turn up the AC? Sure. Whatever you need. The radio begins to spike, and a distant preacher reaches for me. I know this cadence, this loving hatred. My fellow Christians, my fellow Americans, you do not need me to tell you something is wrong. You feel it. Like all children of God, you feel the smog of sin, the walls of iniquity coming between you and his everlasting life. They want you to believe invisible gases are burning this planet up, that engines vomit forth the end times. Well, in a way, I hate to tell you they're right. And it's because they feel that distance too, but they don't have the language, the understanding, the faith. My brothers and sisters, they don't have the faith to know it's not carbon dioxide or the ozone, but filth. Simple filth, human bile, man's degradation bleeding out until it creates a noxious barrier so thick we simmer in our own sin. God's love is still out there, but our society does everything it can to keep the purifying light from our precious soothing darkness. For truth is hardly ever a soothing thing. It is not gentle. It does not caress your feverish brow and say, "Worry not, you've done all there is, good work." It is not the call. It is, wind up. How much more do you have to do? What more lives can you offer? Take the last one. Simply pull the trigger. No one's waiting for you to get home. They never did. All you got to do is find some blessed release and stop spreading the toxins. The gun sits for you in the glove box. End it now, Wind Up. End it now. Legion, I mutter. Yes, Wind Up. Can you tell me why you're trying to get me to kill myself? Courtesy, old man. I assumed it would be kinder for you to face death head-on, but if you prefer, I'll simply play some music. And he does. It's not bad. And as I tap my foot, my fingers adjust very subtly the box sitting on my lap. So it turns out we're doing this the difficult way. But I have time. So I drift off to sleep. No need to articulate out loud that I see us going off course, that we are not driving to the rendezvous, or at least not the one I arranged. I might as well get some rest. As dreams begin to settle in, I wonder how my daughter is doing, if she got out of the bank. Those dreams are of corn, very much like the ones surrounding me. I husk them before throwing the kernels onto the ground. Birds fly down, ignoring the sweet treat I left, and instead go directly for my eyes. I see the blood hit the ground despite being blinded. Such is the wonder of sleep. The car jolts over a pothole and I rub those still functioning eyes, banishing those visions. Not being able to read constellations, I have no idea where I am, but it isn't pleasant. We've stopped in the middle of the breadbasket, surrounded by farmland and nothing else. And it's a crossroads. Two old, nearly abandoned streets intersecting where no one can find us. Except maybe those who are already waiting. I recognize first the turban and the jewelry. Mystic smiles with the kind of vicious glee that expects blood. Night has fallen, and as I step outside Legion's comforting protection, clutching onto my box, the leathery sound of a gigantic bat abuses the air. The hideous beast with its fanged, dripping mouth lands beside me. In this form, he's already about the size of a mastiff, but with the aid of a soft breeze that smells only mildly of decay, Count Thanatos emerges from his fog. I say nothing. It's been a very long day, but nor do I hand over the box when a perfectly manicured hand of this century's matured leech indicates I should. Go ahead, let them use their words. Good evening, Wind-Up. I don't believe we've ever met. Different circles, but I've heard you're an excellent tinker. Not bad with a shotgun either. Why don't you ask your friends? No need to apologize. I'm feeling 100%. Though you still owe us for the injuries, the humiliation, the arrogance. Do I? Exactly, Legion. What do you want from me? The box in your hands, the skull within the box, and any diamonds you managed to bring with you. He has at least 5. They're in a bag in my back seat. Said bag goes flying from the car. My least favorite Mustang twists and bends before the demon which beats in all our hearts stands. His horns, as always, dripping blood. I'm so sorry to remind you all, but this box and its cursed occupant was requested and purchased by Synergy. No doubt you wish the credit, but I will only hand these to my employer. The diamonds are my pay. I don't understand this robbery. We're on the same side. Synergy? Whoever is he referring to? Our former employer, Count Thanatos. Remember? You tried to see if you could drain her lackey of every drop of blood? Ah, yes. The former megalomaniac who wasted away in a futile attempt at respectability. She didn't have the means to keep me out. Why worry about her wind-up? We're not. Give us the box. Being outnumbered, and certainly outgunned, I do. Over to Mystic. His charming grin has won me over. See, looky here. This is a man who... The little pop startles the magic-wielding charlatan, which causes him to inhale and choke and die. What? He's gone before I can or will explain.
He's dead.
I'd be impressed if he wasn't. It's caustic stuff. I wouldn't try breaking that box open. It's a small puzzle of my own invention. Wrong combination and it will destroy whatever's it contains. The skull of Crassus might be powerful, but such things can be very fragile. You'll only get one chance to solve it. Now, I'd be happy to take my diamonds, walk away, and call you in about a day or so. Give you the code, and we can all be happy. Are we willing to make this deal? My surprisingly violent friend, I must say, I applaud the effort. But honor dictates I do the opposite. You see, you just killed my dearest, closest friend. I'm weeping, or would if I had tears. I still think I must insist we torture you until you beg for death. This could have been so easy. Why? This is a perfectly fine deal. We all get what we want.
Why? We must feed.
Though I will say, my old doll-making friend, this is the opportunity for peace. A peaceful end to a long human life. So he begins. The vampire, not the demon. Legion would simply rip me apart. I'd not last moments. But this Nosferatu's bite sets every nerve ending I have on fire. And then he simply steps away. And let the air and the ground beneath my feet torment my decaying body. My skin feels as if it should split open, ready to bleed out, but this agonizing ichor pumping through my veins refuses to leave. Instead, this current of blood tears me from the inside. How did I ever tolerate living? How did I ever enjoy spending even a few moments in this brutal, putrescent, rotting husk of meat? A taste of immortality makes the heartbeat unbearable, but I hold for at least an hour. Well, 1 hour and 16 minutes 32 seconds before I fall to the ground weeping. The salt from my eyes stripping the skin from my cheeks. Truth is painful. That is why my moral conscience is not pricked by the feasting. All you humans live to die, and some live to nourish me, which I think is of far greater use. Let me help end this suffering. Simply open the box. My eyes are blurry. I reach out randomly towards the pain, then feel a slight pressure on 2 points along my jugular, and suddenly I am myself again.
Speak, wind up. He's taken away the pain for a moment.
I never should have been here. I retired. Here's the box. Touch it. Open it. And be free. Schemes. Plans. Being a mastermind. When did this have to become so violent?
Do not hide behind painted memory. Death always accompanied us.
But I never enjoyed it. Never relished in it. It pains me, but not you. This is part of the joy, isn't it? Breaking me down, having the old man beg. Monsters, you're all monsters. You, that demon car, grinning skull, emerald sting. Oh, right. Well, let's not be hurtful. You don't have to include a hero in our company. Hero? He wore a costume, but he had that same look in his eye. The superiority, the glee. And he's dead now. Threatening me now, are we? Personally? No. I can't do anything to you. I'm too weak and far too old. But I did kill him, caught him off guard, then hung his body for the world to see.
How very unlike you, toy maker.
Yes, very unlike me. But one must say not so terribly different from you. Especially since I left a piece of your claw, a memento I borrowed very early on when you threatened and insisted to join our plan. That's when I suspected you had other ideas beyond synergy. She wanted to be kept out. You wanted in.
This is a trap. Kill the old man now.
What are you saying, Wind-Up? Only that there is currently a city filled with angry, mentally unstable vigilantes who have been searching for the man that killed one of their friends for slightly over 24 hours, that they might have an ally on the inside. Now I point to the box, and they follow my finger as they realize the trap. And now allow me to make my escape. I hit the trigger in my vest. The explosion is mainly light and a high-pitched screech. It only buys me a dozen feet as I rush into the corn, grabbing the bag of diamonds as I do. Legion roars and the wind begins to shift as Count Thanatos begins his transformation, but the timing could not have been better. I see the streak above me as the sonic boom hits. Avatar arrives first as always. Thanatos has a choice between revenge against no one and trying to escape. He makes the correct decision. Legion, as ever, is far more emotional. He follows my scent. The distraction does not work for very long. I'm out of tricks, but the sounds of heroic posturing and self-righteous intentions dance along my periphery. I scream for help, but the demon arrives first. His claws almost disemboweling me, but I manage to evade and require only a new tailor. Shame. I loved this vest.
I'll save a special place for you, deep in hell, drowning in oil and blood.
He's over here. The stars and striped do-gooder cracks his whip around Legion's neck. 5 others who move so fast I cannot place them crash into the roaring, devilish dinosaur. It is not in their nature to kill, but even so one can make exceptions for screeching, clawing devils. At this point, I pass out. And after an estimated 72 seconds, I awake to the sensation of steel clicking around my wrists. Colonel Freedom shakes his head with an air of disappointment. I nod briefly to Matron, who watches. She's one of the older superheroines. I'm not saying we had a moment a decade or so ago, but I'll let you interpret her blush. Wind-Up? Thought you'd gone the straight and narrow. How'd you end up in this mess? A long story. May I have my lawyer? It's your right. Hey, Buck. The Colonel's teenage sidekick runs over to his superior officer. Stay with the A-team and keep an eye on the demon. These things always come back. I'm going to bring this overhyped burglar and these gems to Baroque PD. Got a feeling the songbird might sing. Isn't that right? Well, maybe. It depends on the deal. Always does. He pushes me firmly but respectfully to his car. Bright blue and painted with stars, he gives a thumbs up to a floating shadow who has bound Count Thanatos with silvered string. Colonel Freedom uses his hand to protect my head as he puts me in the back seat of his patriotic mobile. When the door closes, it's like the world has changed. Air conditioning is very welcome, and the car moves without the sound of an engine revving. Colonel Freedom hits a button, and the barrier between us lowers into the floor. I've already slipped off the cuffs, and I ask my old friend Gossip in her new body, "Where did you put the real Colonel Freedom?" "The trunk? He'll wake up in a few hours. That gas you gave me really worked." "I wasn't entirely sure you'd come for me." "Neither was I. Guess I didn't want everyone to die. Besides," the do-gooder's hands shift as they pat the blood diamonds. Gossip, ever the shape-changer, and the last surviving member of my team, hums, "We still expect to get paid." Of course, of course. It was, all things considered, a job well done.
Well, that's another world saved, doomed, and or slightly weirder than we found it. Either way, you made it.
And when you're ready to plunge back into the abyss, we'll be here, lurking, whispering.
If you liked today's episode, tell a friend. If you hated today's episode,
You can find us on Substack, YouTube, or wherever you scream into the void about podcasts. Drop us a comment. Send us your thoughts in all caps. We love that. You're charming.
and hey, if you want to help keep these stories weird and our tea hot, you can throw some coins our way on Substack. It keeps the lights on. Literally, Lane is writing in the dark.
Paperback Radio, no ads, professional narrators, and humanish weirdos telling you strange tales week after week. After week, after week, after week.
We told you to stay in the back room, Dizzy.
Ah.
Thanks for wandering through the chaos with Paperback Radio.
See you next time.